There's a protein powder on American shelves where one serving is 340 grams of powder. That's about 3/4 of a pound in one scoop line on one label. That same serving carried 8.5 micrograms of inorganic arsenic, roughly twice what Consumer Reports scientists say is safe to take in a day. Now here's the part that surprised me. The biggest serving in the whole study wasn't the dirtiest one. A 6-scoop mass gainer, 357 grams of powder, came back with no lead detected at all. And the smallest serving in the study, a single 25.7 gram scoop, still came back over the line. So the scoop isn't the problem, the scoop is the multiplier. Because for a can of soup, the FDA decides how big a serving is. For a tub of protein powder, the company writes its own. Every number on that panel is calculated against a number the manufacturer picked. The protein, the calories, the price per serving, and anything else that came along for the ride. We're counting down 6 I'd put back, then 3 I'd actually buy. Let's get into it. I've listed every source in the description. Opinions about specific brands are mine. This is consumer education, not medical advice. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist before changing anything, especially if you're pregnant or on medication. Every result here belongs to one product, one flavor, and the batches that were tested. So how does a company set its own serving? Look at 21 CFR 100, 1.12. That's the federal rule with a table of reference amounts for ordinary food. A serving of milk, a serving of soup, a serving of cereal. The FDA set those numbers. Supplements go to a different rule. For a dietary supplement, the serving is whatever the maximum amount recommended on the label happens to be. The company recommends it. The company prints it. That's the whole process. And if the label says take 1 to 3 scoops, the serving is 3. So a brand can write a small serving and make the panel look modest. Or write a huge one and make the protein number look enormous. Both are legal. Neither is disclosed as a choice. Keep that in your head because it explains every number in this video. Number 6. KOS Organic Superfood. Plant protein, vanilla. Organic. Superfood. Plant protein. 3 phrases doing a lot of work on one bag. Flip it over and find the serving line. It's 2 scoops, 37 grams. At that serving, Consumer Reports measured lead at 112% of their level of concern, just over. Now do the thing the label never suggests. Use 1 scoop instead and you're under the line. You also get half the protein you bought the bag for. That trade exists on every powder in this video and nobody prints it. KOS told Consumer Reports it will provide test results to customers on request. On request isn't published, but it's more than most of this list offered. The next one doesn't even give you a scoop to adjust. Number 5. Muscle Milk Pro. Advanced Nutrition Protein Shake Chocolate. This is a carton, one 330 milliliter bottle, and the serving is the whole thing. There's no scoop to have, you either drink it or you don't. That carton came in at 128% of the lead level of concern. Muscle Milk belongs to PepsiCo, which bought the Cytosport business from Hormel in 2019 for $465 million. Consumer Reports says the company didn't respond to its questions. I went looking for published batch testing on this shake. I couldn't find any. If it exists, it isn't easy to find. And a bottle is the easiest thing in this category to drink twice in one day. The next one is bought by people following a doctor's suggestion. Number 4. Ensure plant-based protein nutrition. Shake, chocolate. This one isn't sold to lifters. It's bought for someone recovering from surgery or a parent who stopped eating properly. One carton tested at 132% of the lead level of concern. Here's why the serving rule matters so much on this product. Nobody drinks one of these as a treat. It's a routine, often twice a day, often for months. The label's serving is one bottle. Real use is a multiple of it. Abbott makes Ensure. A spokesperson told Consumer Reports the levels were low for a plant protein product and that consumers can be assured it's safe. That may be true and still miss the point. The number that matters isn't per bottle. It's per day, times however long this goes on. The next brand fits its whole serving into one small scoop, and that doesn't save it. Number 3. PlantFusion Complete Protein Creamy Vanilla Bean. 1 scoop. 30 grams. About the size of a heaped tablespoon and a half. It came in at 140% of the lead level of concern. Stop and notice what just happened. A 30-gram serving beat a 330 milliliter carton on lead. That's concentration, not volume. What's in the powder decided this, not how much of it you were told to use. Consumer Reports says PlantFusion responded only after publication. Every plant powder here uses pea protein. Peas pull up what's in the soil, and turning peas into isolate strips away most of the pea and concentrates whatever stayed. You're not eating a vegetable. You're eating the part that's left when everything else is removed. The next one has the smallest serving in the entire study. Number 2, Equip Foods Prime. Protein, chocolate. This is beef protein, sold to people avoiding both dairy and plants. Short ingredient list, clean label positioning. The serving is 1 scoop, 25.7 grams. The smallest serving of any product Consumer Reports tested in that round. It came in at 144% of the lead level of concern. Read that again because it's the whole argument of this video. The smallest scoop in the study still went 44% over, and a 357-gram gainer went over nothing at all. Equip Foods told Consumer Reports it tests both ingredients and finished products, and that it will share results with customers who ask. I'd rather see the result than have to ask for it. That's a preference, not an accusation. By the way, I put this whole system into my label decoder. Serving lines, panel math, what each seal actually covers. Links in the description. And if the serving size thing just landed for you, tap like. It really does help. 1 left, and it's the biggest name in the category with the biggest serving on this list. Number 1, Optimum Nutrition. Serious Mass Vanilla. Optimum Nutrition is the #1 sports nutrition brand in the world. It's owned by Glanbia, which also owns BSN and Isopure. Serious Mass is the weight gainer. And the serving printed on that container is 2 scoops, which comes to 340 grams of powder. That's roughly 3/4 of a pound, treated as 1 sitting. That serving contained 8.5 micrograms of inorganic arsenic. About twice what Consumer Reports scientists call safe for a day. It's the only product in that entire test where a metal other than lead was the bigger issue. Optimum Nutrition declined to comment. And here's the honest version. Nobody spiked this with arsenic. Arsenic sits in soil and water. The serving here is enormous, so a small amount per gram turns into a real number per scoop. That's the point. The company chose the scoop. Now before the good ones. Nothing on this list hurts anyone today. Consumer Reports said that plainly. Their own footnote says their results can't be used to judge California's warning law. That law averages exposure over time. Their math assumes 1 serving a day. The supplement trade group also argues that crossing that half microgram figure isn't a government safety limit and isn't proof of risk. They're right about the first part. It's California's number, set in 1989, with a 1,000-fold cushion built in. I use it because it's the strictest published number there is. Now the 3 I'd actually buy. Best one at any regular grocery store. Premier Protein powder, chocolate milkshake. The serving is 2 scoops, 41 grams, and it came in at 0.38 micrograms of lead. That's 77% of the line. It's owned by Bell Ring Brands, the same company that owns Dymatize. Honest drawback. Consumer Reports asked Premier Protein what it does differently, and the company declined to comment. Good number, no explanation. Best Plain Jim Whey. BSN Syntha 6 Vanilla Ice Cream. 1 scoop, 47 grams, at 46% of the line. And notice who owns it. Glanbia. Same parent company as the gainer we just finished with. Same corporate owner. 2 very different results, which tells you the decision that matters is made at the product level. Drawback. BSN didn't respond to Consumer Reports at all, and that 47-gram scoop carries more carbs and fat than a lean isolate. Best if you actually need a gainer. MuscleTech. 100% mass gainer, vanilla milkshake. The serving is 6 scoops, 357 grams, the largest in the round. Lead was not detected, not low, not detected. Drawback. It's still a gainer. Well over 1,000 calories in one sitting, and most people have no reason to buy one. But it settles the argument. A huge serving isn't a contamination sentence. Sourcing is. Here's what those 3 share. None is organic, none is plant-based, none carries the most seals in its aisle. So here's the one habit worth keeping. Before you read a single claim on the front, find the serving line on the back. Ask how many scoops it is. Then scale everything. If the protein number impressed you, check whether it took 6 scoops to get there. If a competitor looks worse, check whether it's just measuring a bigger sitting. And if you cut the serving in half to feel safer, you cut the protein in half too. That's the trade. And it's yours to make knowingly. One last thing. When the FDA writes serving sizes for ordinary food, it's trying to describe what people actually eat. When a supplement company writes one, it's describing what it recommends you buy through. Those 2 things point in different directions, and only one of them is on your tub. Go check tonight and ask 3 questions. How many scoops is 1 serving? Is the first ingredient dairy or plant? And can you find a recent test result for that exact product without emailing anyone? If the answer to the last one is no, treat the tub as unmeasured. Not unsafe, unmeasured. If you'd rather not do that math every time, my label decoder has it written out. There's a 1-page checklist you can screenshot in the aisle. It's linked below. Send this to whoever buys the protein in your house. And if this one got you, watch the melatonin video next. It's about how far the real dose sits from the number on the box. Read the back. I'll see you in the next one.